Sounds up.
Warning, the content in this podcast contains colorful language, spirited conversation, and some good old-fashioned ignorance. So get out of your bag and let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it then. This is the Cranberry Podcast, the podcast about absolutely nothing. So if there's nothing in your cup, please do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Do Brittany Williams a favor and fill that bitch up. Yes, sir.
What a great intro.
Thank you. And I'm in summer wear today because it's the fucking summer. So yeah, I'm sleeveless. You know what I'm saying? My knees is out. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Hold on.
Oh.
Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
Wait for it. My toes is out. Okay? You understand me?
Put them back.
Welcome to the summer, baby.
Tuck them in.
Welcome to the summer, baby. I ain't tucking shit in.
Oh, God.
I'm letting it all hang out. Gut and everything. I be in the gym with the belly out.
Them toes, too.
They claws. They claws. Don't get your ass round. Okay?
Do you get a pedicure?
Never.
Are you open to it?
I have done it with you.
Oh, yeah. That's
The
great.
one time. That was New Year's?
Did you like it?
No. First of all, I have a weird tick. Okay? So when
just one, huh?
Well, that's not what I said. So, you know, I have this thing where when people with gloves on try to give me like a massage of any kind, it's like nails on a chalkboard. My whole body just locks up. It's real. It's a real thing. I went to go get a foot massage while I was in school because we would stand all day in lab. We would just stand. They had no chairs for us. We just stand there the whole time. Like 8 hours. You'd just be standing. So, anyway, I went to go get a foot massage by your crib. And, yeah, the lady was doing a massage with the gloves on and shit, with the oils and shit. Like, yeah, it was just torture. It was torture.
Why did you have her stop?
I don't know. That's a good fucking question. That's a good fucking question, nigga. That's probably the easiest shit that I could have done, and I didn't do it. I just fucking took it. And then at the job, they had a thing where they was doing hand massages. The girl had gloves on, the oil shit. I was like, I stopped her. Like, yo, no. She's like, I could take the gloves off. I was like, no. Don't take the gloves off. I don't know what you've been doing with them hands, but I don't know what she's been doing with them hands.
Okay, well then how were you going to get it? Okay, if you don't want the massage without gloves and you don't want them with them, why did you go get a massage at all?
The foot massage, I didn't know that they was going to wear gloves.
But you was okay with them touching your feet with your feet with their bare hands?
Absolutely.
Okay, but not your hands?
No. The thing is that because of the whole situation, they have to wear gloves. I wasn't telling her, don't take your gloves off because I don't know. I was joking. Legit, they have to wear gloves.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a health thing now. They have to wear gloves now. They can't just do them barehanded.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I just went up there to get the hand massage. I forgot about the gloves, and then once I got in there, I was like, oh yeah, they gotta do it with gloves.
Well, when I go to a masseuse, they don't ever wear gloves.
You're shitting me. Where?
I was at Massage Envy. They didn't have gloves.
When?
I don't know when.
Yeah, see? If it was before COVID, possibly. After COVID, gloves.
It was after COVID.
No gloves.
No gloves.
You lying. No gloves. I like no gloves, man.
Ew.
No glove.
When you say things, it always sounds gross.
It just sounds creepy when I do it.
Yeah.
Am I a creep?
Yes.
Wow. Anyway, what we drinking today?
You don't think you're a creep?
I don't think I'm a creep. I don't think I'm creepy. Yeah, just blah 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 da da.
So we're drinking tequila today.
No, we ain't. Look at this shit, empty as fuck.
It is empty. I wonder why. Because nobody poured.
Oh, I'm the fucking bartender at Jay's Bar and Chill.
We're drinking.
I'm the bartender.
We're drinking Nosotros, which is a tequila. We went to a tequila festival, and we had this tequila. I started following them on Instagram. So then I was like, let's keep the party going. So I saw this at Bevmo, and I was like, you know what? This is what we're gonna have today. It's nice and smooth. We're drinking the Reposado. They do have a really great añejo, and their Blanco is good too. I'm just not a Blanco fan.
It's Reposado, not Reposado. It's only one that's in there.
Well, whatever. Anyway. And so it's really good. It's nice and smooth. Nosotros means we in Spanish, and actually, these two guys started this as a college project, and then it turned it into a business.
Okay. Let me taste it. Let me see what this shit tastes like. I tasted it already before we got started, but I'm finna taste it again.
Right. And so I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. They actually use recycled glass. And then they have
what the fuck is that taste? Anyway, I'm sorry.
Then
they got recycled glass.
A warehouse that women ran in Tequila, Mexico. So, you know.
Wait a minute.
As you say, go bitches.
Go bitches. Y'all doing this? This what y'all doing? Oh, this what y'all doing? Why y'all didn't tell me this is what y'all was doing?
So,
I thought this was really,
I thought that was really fitting.
It's really good. Go bitches. Go bitches.
Randomly in my life, I will be walking around and something will remind me of that phrase. In my head, I'll be thinking, go bitches. Obviously, don't say it out loud because nobody would even understand what I'm talking about.
Nobody would know. Nobody would know, man. Nobody but us.
When we last did our pod, was your smile the same? Is that what's new? You don't want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about it. Cut that shit the fuck out, bitch. Don't talk about my teeth. Let everybody just know. Cut. Start over. Go. Anyway. Go bitches.
Go bitches.
Go bitches. Good fucking job on the how Brittany say the resposado. Okay, you got to rest before you pasado.
How do you say it? Rest first. How do you say
it? I say it the way it said. Reposado. Okay. You would like to see the bottle? I'm glad to show.
So I can look at the letters.
Yeah, reposado. Yeah, not rest. You don't rest first. Okay. You don't rest first, my nigga. Respacito. So how was your week, man?
My week was really good. No complaints there. How was your week?
I had a good week. It was a busy week. I got that money. I got to the money. I was trying to get to some more of that money. But the weirdest thing happened.
What happened?
Everybody who was working on the day that I was off wanted to go in.
That's strange, especially in the summertime.
I've never in my life worked at a job in my life. Not one time have I worked at a job where you ask a nigga, do you want Friday, the entire day, off? And they be like, nah, I don't want that shit off, nigga. I want to go to work.
Maybe people are trying to do like you and like save some money right now.
Maybe people should mind a motherfucking business and stop trying to do what Big Daddy doing.
Well, they're trying to do what they're doing because they're the ones that are on the schedule.
Nah, they trying to do that shit.
You're the one that's trying to like creep into their little.
I'm on the schedule.
On their shift.
No, they wasn't on the schedule. You're right. I was finna argue the fuck out of that, but no, you're right. Yep. I was not on the schedule.
Well, were you able to get some rest since you didn't go to work?
No, I was not able to get rest because all I kept thinking about is work. Had a dream about it. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure you did something worthwhile. You probably spent some time with your family or friends.
Yeah, you know what? I took my daughter out to lunch. We had lunch. My baby, she's gorgeous. She's intelligent. She's just a really good kid. She's just I got a kid as bad as fuck. Don't like me. I don't like her. What you talking about?
Wow.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I'm like Brian McKnight on this one. And if you don't know about Brian McKnight and his kids, look that shit up. Look it up.
I don't know nothing about
It's searchable. Yeah, Brian McKnight disowned his first set of children. Like, fuck y'all.
The whole set? Why?
In publicly. Like, fuck y'all. Like, just look it up. I'm not gonna go through it here today. I don't have all the information. I just have a very limited.
Scandalous though.
Yeah, a lot of niggas don't fuck with him no more because of this shit. This is new. I mean, it's not new, but it's new in the news. Anyway, moving on. I have some audio I'd like to play for you.
Oh, let's hear it. I can't wait.
And then I would like to get your opinion on said audio.
All right.
Okay. I'm stalling. I like your dress, man. That's a nice dress. It looks good on you.
Thank you. Yeah. Me and Shein.
Where'd you get that, man? TJ Maxx? That shit look good. That shit look good.
Thank you.
I'm just fucking with you, dog.
Thank you.
You really got that shit from TJ Maxx? I was joking.
No, I said Shein.
What's Shein? Is that another one?
Sheen.
That's the name of the store?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've never heard
It's
that
online. Store. It's a cheap store.
Well, yeah. Walmart. Boy, I got these shirts from Walmart. But the ladies out there
would know what I'm talking about.
Matter of fact, I got these fucking Dickie shorts from Walmart. I shop at Walmart. Yep, Dickie shorts.
But yeah, I know I got a lot of little cheap dresses on there. But
nice. All right. Now, I want you to listen to this audio and then we will discuss. Yeah?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, let's do it.
Seen a post the other day that said, be careful with how much you tolerate. You're teaching them how to treat you. And that's the honest to God truth. You give somebody an inch and they take a whole mile. Like I said in the previous video, unconditional love does not equal unconditional tolerance. Y'all better stop letting people treat you any kind of way. Because the way that they treat you is exactly how they feel about you. If they loved you for real, they wouldn't even play on you like that. And that goes for friends, family, and relationships. End of discussion.
How you feel about that?
I don't have no feelings about it. It sounds like he's speaking the truth. I think,
I mean, how
a lot
do you
of
feel
those,
about the topic?
I think everything obviously is subjective, right? Sure. And so, but I think it's about the person communicating what their boundaries are.
Okay.
And then that person making a decision about like, okay, well, what am I going to do in response to the fact that this person is setting this particular boundary? And if it's a reasonable boundary, and reasonable I mean realistic.
Okay.
Then what he's saying is 100% true. If this is a realistic expectation, then it should be easy enough. Maybe not. No, let me not say easy, but it should be doable.
Okay.
To at least acknowledge and make efforts to respect that.
Yeah. Now I agree with him 100%. That's why I saved the video because that's 100% where I'm at. With people, you know what I'm saying. If you ain't if your intentions are not to ride with me, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really do the fake friendships. We either friends or we ain't friends.
Yeah.
And that goes for family. Like, even as family members, at some level, we are friends.
Yeah.
And if we ain't friends, we ain't friends. We always family. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we can't change.
And you're agreeing to enter into whatever relationship, whether it's obviously the connection of family relationship, romantic relationship, friendship. And so there's effort that has to be made in order to maintain those relationships. And you have to be willing to make those efforts. So, I think it's apparent when somebody doesn't care because you don't see that effort being made at all, or that acknowledgement, or at least, like, oh, my bad, I messed up, like, apology, something. But there's some people who just kind of act like, oh, you're being too sensitive, or you're being too this, or you're being too that, and just kind of disregard however you were feeling or what your boundary was.
Right.
And I think that's when you get kind of into sticky water.
Yeah. No, and you're 100% correct. I couldn't agree more. Have you ever had anybody where a friend or an associate where you felt like, hey man, I'm putting in more of this than you putting in?
Oh, 100%. I don't think you can get through this life, especially, as old as, not that I'm old, but as old as I am, and not have somebody in your life that like just wasn't putting in enough effort.
Yeah.
So, I think that happens. And like you've said before, there's always going to be somebody that puts in technically, quote unquote, more effort. I'm not a believer that you have to put in the same amount of effort all the time. Like, I think it just kind of depends. Like, if I'm going through a rough time in my life and I'm, grieving or just going through something big, I'm not going to be able to put as much energy in. And I would expect my friend to understand, like, hey, I can't give 100% right now. But when I am able to give 100%, I do. Like, that's going to ebb and flow. Right. So I think it takes some level of understanding as well from the others, from both sides.
No. I completely agree. I agree that because I was listening to some guy And he was explaining, he broke this shit all the way down like a motherfucking G. He was like, hey, man, listen, relationships are not 50-50. You know, sometimes it's 80-20. You know what I'm saying? And you bring that 20 and I got the 80, and that's how we're going to make it work, because, like, I may just come already with the 80. You feel me? You know, I can't come in with 80. You come in with 50. Now we overcompensating some shit. That something ain't going to work there. It's going to work more when we keep it right there at that 100, because I'm going to bring this. You're not going to always be able to bring 50. I'm not always going to be able to bring 80 or whatever the case may be. And somebody, the way it works is by you bringing what you got and me bringing what I got, and that shit working. You know what I'm saying? But we can't come in there where I'm bringing 80 and you bringing 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I got to compensate that whole 15 that you done, you know what I mean? Like, because you just refuse. Like, you ain't trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to bring all of your, if you got 20, you got to bring all of it. You can't just bring some of the 20. You got to bring the whole 20. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I got to bring the whole 80. You know, sometimes that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think, you bring whatever's realistic to you.
Exactly.
And I think you can always debate the percentages.
You give your all, though.
But yeah, you give all of what you can give
yeah.
At that time, you know. And again, one day may be different from the next, you know, like, I know this is like a drastic like example, but if I had a very close family member pass away, I don't think you would be expecting that I'm bringing not even 50%. I might be only able to bring 5 because I'm just in a really low place.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it just kind of depends. So, you know, a lot of effort again goes into maintaining relationships, and you have to want to do the work. I think, you know, people have this fantasy that like, oh, well, this relationship is worth it because it's easy. And maybe for some relationships in the beginning, it is really easy.
Yeah.
But inevitably, any relationship is going to get difficult. It's going to hit a rough patch of some kind. It's going to hit some sort of test, if you will, and its stability. And can you work with that person to get past that piece of when everything feels good and great, and get through the parts where it doesn't feel so good or so great.
Yeah. And that's, yep. Damn right. You got damn right on that. Yeah. Real shit.
Any particular reason why that particular video stood out for you?
Nah, I just be going through these little videos, and sometimes I like videos that just spark some sort of debate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like okay, so I got another video there. This one's a little different.
Okay.
This one's a little different, little controversial. So bear with me, but let's try to dissect what's trying to be said. Okay.
You ladies feel like women are seriously ready for emotionally intelligent men?
Okay, let's talk about what emotional intelligence comes with before we even get into this conversation, okay? We're talking about you wanting a man who is tolerant, who regulates his emotions, who also knows how to manage your emotions. But you're also talking about a man who knows how to navigate his sensitivities and everything else when it comes to that. But you have to consider that an emotionally intelligent man is good at cutting people off when he sees that your sensitivities bring too much reactivity. When he sees that you cannot regulate your emotions. When he sees that you have a low tolerance. This type of man that you are asking for is a man who will walk you out the door in a heartbeat. If he feels like you are disrupting his peace. If he feels like there's any level of disrespect, because there's a lot that comes with emotional intelligence. So if you asking for that, you got to come with the same level of emotional intelligence as well. Okay? That comes with a number of factors. So if you are a woman who knows that even though you may be sensitive to certain things like criticism, rejection, because you're not always going to be accepted. Sometimes he's going to bounce back, and sometimes he's going to say, I don't agree with your opinion. Sometimes he's going to say, I don't like those thoughts. Sometimes he's going to say, I don't like the way you speak to me. If you're not ready for that, don't be asking for an intelligent man.
Yep. She smoked that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she smoked that shit. So, with that said, shit. Go bitches. Yeah, I mean, go bitches. They're like,
Yeah, I like that
I'm
video.
single.
I think it gives a good balance of both points of view for sure. Or just I think how human beings like you should show up with what you would want. You know, like you should set the example. So like I like that. Like if you want somebody who's emotionally intelligent, if you will, then you should show up also being emotionally intelligent. Like
yeah. And you can only expect, what you have given, basically. You know what I mean? If you're expecting somebody to be what you want them to be, which is what you say you want them to be, but then the actual definition of what you're asking for is more than what you actually want. So
yeah,
then you want to pick and
choose
choose which parts of it you want.
I think I agree 100% because I feel like that happens all the time, which is why, and I've said this to family, friends, clients of like, well, be careful what you ask for because in order to get that, what you're asking, it comes with some other things. So okay, you don't want a person to like ask you certain type of questions or whatever, like, okay, well, is that person also not going to disclose other information or are they just not going to care? Are they going to be emotionally disengaged? Like what is it that you're really asking for and how is that and how do you think that that's really going to be? Because I think everybody thinks it's fun. Like, for example, like, somebody might think it's fun. Like, oh yeah, like, I want a woman that like also likes women and is open to like an open relationship. That sounds fun when you're only looking at it from your perspective, right. When you're able to do stuff, but can you handle it on the other side? Like if she was, and again, if you're classifying an open relationship and she was also being open and exploring other situations, is that what you really want? And if it's not, then just say, then you got to be honest with yourself and with the other person.
Right.
It can't just be, oh, it's a one-sided thing. And, I'm saying this is what I want, but in actuality, that's not really what you want.
That's true. That's 100% true. You can't expect one thing and give something else. I mean, you can, and if your partner is okay with that, then your partner is going to be okay with that. But in most cases, being a hypocrite is usually frowned upon.
I think in the long term it doesn't work, and it also builds resentment. Because I've seen situations, I've seen relationships in which I actually did counseling with somebody.
No shit.
Many, not many years ago, but a couple of years ago. She agreed to an open relationship, but it was only open on his side, not her side. Because she just wanted to be, she wanted to be with him so badly. And, she had certain things that she wanted in the relationship. And eventually she got those things, but it wasn't the circumstances that she really wanted. Like they eventually got married, but all of the things that she didn't like, she still didn't like. It's just that she like, oh, well, to get to this thing, I'll ignore this. To get to this thing, this stage, to be married or to have this sort of status or to make it look a certain way, right. I'll deal with all this other stuff. But then she got that, and inevitably, like anything else, it still felt empty. Yeah. Because it wasn't what she really wanted. So inevitably, and him too. Like that particular relationship, you could see it from a mile away. She wasn't really what he wanted either. He had a list of complaints, and then they would get to another stage and be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this other milestone," and I'm like, "Oh, did you guys like work on or fix whatever these issues
all that
were?"
Other shit y'all supposed to be fixing.
There and the answer was like it was never. They never answered yes or no. They just would like move the conversation to something else, which is like, oh, that's what they're doing in their relationship. They're just sweeping things under the rug. And so even when I would go back to it, I was like, okay, but what about this? Like, oh, well, we're fine. We're in a good place. They would make excuses. And I always say this, like, yo, you can make 1,000 excuses to me. I've seen 1,000 different couples. You don't think I know when you're lying and when you're, I know. I see this all the time.
Lying ass bitch.
But I'm going to also allow you to make your own choice. And I'm going to respect whatever decision you make because you guys are adults.
Right.
But I know you're lying to yourself and you're lying to your partner by accepting something that you know you don't really want to accept.
Yeah.
Just to attain this certain thing. And when you get it, it's then what? Because now you're not chasing anything anymore. Right. So now you're just going to have to like lay in the bed that you made.
Yeah.
And it doesn't ever work out. And then now you both are upset. Somebody's crying. Somebody like is disengaged and pulling back. And it's like, well, you know, you set yourself up for it. So I think the best thing that you can do as a partner is be as honest as you can with yourself about what is it that you really do want. So if you really do want something, you need to say it. And be willing to also bring that same energy.
Right. 110%. Yeah. 110%. Shit, you fucking killing it today. What the fuck was this? What's in your cup?
Yeah.
I saw your shit over there fizzing. You know what I'm saying? What you yeah, I mean, you dropped something in
you
there.
You think I'm over here fizzing
also?
You
fucking popped a Molly, you sweating. Shit, something going on over there, boy. That shit. Something in this reposado.
And then I want to
y'all need to go get this reposado like real shit. Like, did you hear her? She finna go again.
On a side note,
buckle up.
So I was doing telehealth. And then again, this was years ago. I was doing telehealth with someone.
Yeah.
And it was with a couple. And you know, obviously telehealth. They're at home. I may be in my office or I may be at home.
Yeah.
And like, oh boy, came onto the screen. Like he was about to sit down with his bright green Speedo, and I was like, "Oh, whoa!"
What? Wait, what?
He had like a normal shirt on,
but he had a Speedo on,
like a Speedo, or maybe they were underwear. I don't know. But once he sat all the way down, you couldn't see it. But I was
you
just
saw
like,
the nigga.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that's a lot of energy. I was like, no, do not.
Why he got his dick out?
When you're and she's just sitting next to him, like, oh, no big deal.
Why he got his dick out at the therapist office? That's.
I'm like, that's a little weird. Even when I'm doing therapy at home, and yeah, I might have more comfortable bottoms on, like you know, leggings or something.
Sure.
But like, I'm wearing bottoms. Like I'm not for the off chance that you might see something. I'm not gonna be like just out there like that.
Listen. I'm at home. So if I'm at home, yeah, I got the Speedo on, but let me let me get in position.
Right?
Let me not slide into view.
Right, listen,
like
I'm about to sit down.
You know what I'm saying? Like slide in like, boy, I like you. Do you like me?
It's a little awkward because then now I got to sit here and have a therapy session with that in my mind. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is a lot of it. This is just too much.
Yeah,
like,
I would have fucking, hold on. Hey,
like,
pause,
I don't want to see you. I don't want to see
y'all
more than it's supposed to be.
Y'all ready.
Right. I'm going to turn my camera off.
Y'all. Call me back.
I don't know, but there's people that do that. They don't realize
this is inappropriate.
They're not like, I don't know, they're not cognizant of the fact that like, just because you're at home doesn't mean that this is in a professional setting. Like I'm providing like a service. We're not just chilling.
Yeah. Well, know? Some people think they're paying you to just chill though. Like I paid you. I get to this is my hour. Like luckily, I
haven't had anybody do nothing too crazy. Back when I was slim, I had one of my clients like tried to ask me out, but I was like, "Yo, you just sat here for weeks and told me all the things that were like wrong with you. Why would you think even if it was allowed legally?"
Because therapists are known to try to fix. So you want to fix them. So you not you, the collective you, thinks I give them some of this pussy and I'm gonna fix them. That's why. And they know it. So a lot of people just like prey on like these therapists because they know these therapists just be wanting to fuck. These therapists are horny too.
I don't personally know anybody that has hooked up with their client. Obviously, there's people who have. I mean, there's teachers who've hooked up with their students. So obviously, there's therapists that have hooked up with clients. But it's weird.
So tell me this: so based on that situation alone, if somebody came into your office to see you and had a Speedo on, what do you do?
Oh, we're gonna have to go ahead and end the session.
You have to reschedule that?
Yeah,
that's legal tender.
What?
know what the fuck I said.
No, if you come in not appropriately
dressed,
if you make me feel uncomfortable at all, the session is over.
Okay.
You know, you have to reschedule. If you're inebriated or under the influence in which you can't have you can't really do your therapy, the session is rescheduled. I haven't had anybody come drunk or fucked up in a long time, but I have.
You have.
And I've ended the session. Because
ended it.
You can't really, how can you really do therapy? You can't, you can't really go deep. You can't really, all the things that you need to access in order to actually do treatment.
Right.
You can't do.
Right.
Like, even for me, when I've drank the day before and maybe I drank too much, it's hard. And I've had to end the session early for myself when I'm from the day before, obviously I'm still a little inebriated. I've had to either end or cancel my session of it's too hard and I've said this before. It doesn't look, if you look at me, it doesn't look like I'm doing anything hard, which is what I had assumed for myself. But there's so much background shit that you're doing and information you're pulling from as you guys are talking.
Right.
You can't really do it impaired, or at least I can't. So I end the sessions. Yeah. I can't even ask the right questions.
Yeah. Hey, mirror.
Right. But if you actually saw one of my sessions, it doesn't look like I'm doing anything special. It looks like I'm just having a regular conversation. It doesn't look like quote unquote therapy most of the time.
Yeah. I can only imagine that if you got a really cool therapist and you having therapy with that therapist, it really just looks like y'all kicking it.
Yeah, because I'm not the type of therapist that's gonna use a bunch of clinical jargon or not. That's just not my style. I'm gonna tell you the concepts in regular terms, and and put it in regular language. I'm not gonna be you're projecting because of not that I never use those terms. I do sometimes, but in general, I don't unless the client is throwing those types of terms at me. Then I know, okay, I can meet that same energy.
Right.
And I will match the language. But if you're talking to me in just regular terms, I'm also going to talk back to you in regular terms. It doesn't help you if I'm using a bunch of languages you don't understand or concepts that you've never heard before. I can just describe the concept and without using the word, because then I think that makes the client feel almost inferior. I'm not as smart. I'm not as this. Why would I want you to feel you're most comfortable. So I'm going to use the type of slang that you use. Anything that I see you do, I'm going to mimic that same energy so that you feel as comfortable as possible during the session.
Yeah, so basically what she's saying to you motherfuckers is that she going to dumb it down for you idiots.
No,
okay?
It's not ever dumbing it down.
Oh. My bad.
It's never dumbing it down. It's always, how can I make them feel as comfortable as possible?
Oh, my bad. I thought that's...
So
I thought I nailed it.
Even my teenage clients, if they say a cuss word, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, miss." Then I'll start using cuss words because I'm like, "No, I want you to express yourself in whatever way you normally express yourself."
Yeah, express your fucking self, little motherfucker.
Parents don't always like that though because they're like, "Oh,
why are you cussing at my kid?"
Yeah,
let's get out.
Yeah,
I got you. I get that too because I don't know. I think I would be okay with it though. But I played football, and not high school football, but I played Pop Warner. Laugh.
Okay.
I played Pop Warner.
Pop Warner's cool.
It was back in the day. Pop Warner was what high school is now. So fuck you bitches. So anyway, Pop Warner. The coaches, they cuss at your ass. They all the time. Hey, what the fuck are you doing, Thompson? What the fuck was that? They go
So you wasn't good.
Oh, I was always good. I was using my name because I didn't want to talk about Kevin and his bullshit.
Oh,
okay,
gotcha.
I was the guy on the team. Yeah, that I mean.
So why'd you stop playing?
Football just wasn't my sport.
Go bitches.
I like the bitches. So
I wonder why you've always been so enamored by women. It's very funny.
You know what? I heard something today, and I don't know if I saved it. I don't think I saved it. As a matter of fact, I did save it. I'm going to tell you why I like
women
so much.
Okay, why?
This video is going to tell you actually why I like women so much. Now, I will preface this by saying that I agree with this, and then at the same time, I don't agree with it. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
But I agree to a certain extent. And then after that extent, I don't agree with it anymore. I'm going to save it right here. Bow. Just because I want it to play by itself. Okay. You dig me? You digging me?
All right.
You know, this is third wall shit. Y'all tune in. This is third wall shit. So now, I want to know what you think about what this guy is finna say. Now, don't relate it to me. Think about it in general. As a therapist, think about what he's saying and how factual what he's saying is. All right?
Gotcha.
Emotionally damaged people are always sexually promiscuous. Let me say this again. If you are traumatized, if you are emotionally damaged, you are promiscuous. And do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Emotionally traumatized people require constant validation from others. You married to a woman who's been traumatized, abuse, abandonment, whatever. When you're not around her for too many days, she has to entertain another man because her trauma dictates constant validation. And constant validation means I must have a man in my personal space. You ever date a woman who was crazy about you? She absolutely loved you, so you thought. It was really addiction.
Yeah.
When you finally let her go, when you finally got her to stop stalking you, she ended up with another man like that. And your ego took a hit. You said, wait a minute. I know that woman was crazy about me. Climbed in my window, came to my... You understand? She was crazy about your presence in her life. And the minute you distanced yourself from her life, she found a replacement without a problem. Emotionally damaged people are promiscuous because they cannot go without constant validation.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that's true?
I think it can be true. I don't like the way he put it in such general terms. Right, I think with trauma, of course, everything is very complex. It is not uncommon, right, for someone who's been through trauma, especially if you've been through like any kind of emotional trauma or sexual trauma.
Yeah.
For you to either be what some might call promiscuous or not sexual at all. I mean, just kind of pull away completely from having that type of connection with people. So I think it just kind of depends on the person. But yeah, I think that scenario can be true. I don't like the generalization of it because I don't think that is the accurate for many, but I think that there are definitely some that fit in that category.
Okay. Okay. It hit me a little close because I was just like, damn, that's somewhat true with me. Not totally. I like being alone. So it's not completely true, but it has an element of truth to it for me. Yeah. Yeah, it has. You know. I've played actually a couple of his videos. And he's the guy that had the Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, Prince tape.
I've seen a lot of his videos too. Yeah. And there's definitely, in my opinion, there's some truth to what he's saying. That it's worth reflecting on for sure.
110%. 110%.
But can I give my opinion about you personally or no?
I would request that you did not.
Okay, I won't. But I'll just say in general, you know, a lot of people have trauma in a general sense. You know, I think especially the older you get, it increases the chance that you've experienced some level of some type of trauma.
Yeah.
And there's just so many different ways of dealing with it. But I think if you're a person that's finding yourself having a hard time just being in your own company or not feeling like you need like some type of like romantic partner or romantic interest, like if you can't just be single and just like hang out with friends and like have a good time, I think it's something worth reflecting on.
Yeah.
You know,
there's something wrong there. There's something deep rooted there. Maybe not wrong, but something deep rooted. I don't want to say something's wrong with you.
Something worth exploring.
Yeah. You might want to look into it. You know what I'm saying? If let's just say, if it bothers you.
Yeah, and by romantic, I'm using that as a loosely, because it doesn't have to be necessarily like you want to be loved kind of thing. It could be just like I feel like I need companionship or that physical touch or that, and not that most people don't need that. Everybody needs that. Studies have shown that human beings need that. But I think there's a difference between the person like, oh, that would be really nice, and if it happens, that would be great, and I'm open to it, versus I literally cannot be alone. Like somebody has to be here all the time. I have to have something I'm doing every weekend. I have to, my life needs to feel like it's full, or I'm mentally not in a good place. I think those two things are very different. And I think that's worth exploring if you're having a hard time just managing if you're not in a relationship.
Yeah. That's deep. That's deep as fuck. And a little scary for some of us. Trigger warning. Yeah, I mean, if some of you niggas out there get triggered by that, I'm sorry, but it's true, man. It's true.
Yeah, I was talking to my sister. Not the older sister that I probably typically talk about. The one that's the oldest sister.
Oldest sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't talk about her as much because I didn't grow up with her, because by the time I was old enough, if you will, she was already grown and out of the house. So I'm probably closer in age to her children than I am to her, like as far as like years.
That's crazy.
So
she old then.
Yeah, I forgot exactly how old she is, but yeah, she's
40s.
No, she's got to be like in her 50s, I think.
Oh shit! Yeah, she got some kids your age.
Yeah, her kids are like, in their mid-20s. I think her oldest daughter is almost 30. So that's what I'm saying. By the time her daughter came around, like I was like, I don't know, like 7 or 8, something like that.
She got ass too? Sorry, go ahead.
But, she was talking, she ended a long-term relationship that she didn't feel like was the healthiest. And like her thoughts about like dating or anything, like she's just perfectly fine with just like not. Like she's like
not dating?
Yeah, at all. Like she's perfectly comfortable with just like, I just want to experience like life in general. Like I want to have fun no matter where I'm at. And so she was telling me about like a little like, how they do the little harbor cruises. So they did something like that in the Bay Area. And she was like, you know what, it was boring, but I got up, I started dancing, like I engaged people. Like I just want wherever I'm at to be a good time. And I'm not interested in entertaining anybody else's energy. Like going after it. She was like, I'm open to it, but I'm not. I've done that already, And I was just sort of like, you know what? That's such a healthy place to be, in which you don't feel like I need like in order to feel whole, I need a person to be around. I need some guy that I need to hang out with in order to feel that, And I'm like, that's tough, especially when you spend so much time married to somebody else. Yeah. And then to just all of a sudden like be like, no, like this shit is unhealthy for me. I would much rather be alone and in a happy, peaceful place. Than chasing some feeling, Right. But I just found it very commendable, because I was like, you know what? Not everybody can do that. A lot of people cannot do that.
No, that's difficult.
A lot of people have somebody that's hanging around, even if they're not their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Right. They got somebody that's like hanging around. So I just found it to be interesting.
Sometimes you have to just do that, though. You have to just like reset, get away from everybody, and just be alone. You have to find. I don't know where I heard this, but somebody said this, and it just was like life changing for me. And it was just like, yo, in order to love somebody else or learn to be with somebody else, you have to learn how to love yourself first. You have to learn how to be alone before you can learn how to be with somebody else. Like, I was like, damn, what you mean? Like, cause like it didn't make sense at first, but then I was like, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, once you learn how to be alone, then you know how you can. It's not that you know how to be with somebody else, but you're more open to it.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Is that I say that, and not that I've never been alone, because I have, but not really. Like I'm that person that like even though I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, I still have somebody that's around.
Yeah.
Like I haven't just been like, I'm single, I don't have nobody that I'm like fucking with, if you will. Like I'm just going through a period of time where I'm comfortable and I'm by myself.
Have you done that before?
Have I done it before? When I did do it, and this was before me and you were even friends. When I did do it, I went through a period of time where I was really sad. So I might be one of those people that's unhealthy, because I had moments where I was okay, but I didn't have like the social support that I think is needed to do that successfully.
Got you.
You know, because I mean, yes, I think as a human being, like being completely alone is probably not healthy, but like, you know, I wasn't able to find that like foundation of just overall like social support. Yeah. I think I was kind of sad. And then, but yeah, I don't think I have been like alone in that way since then. I think I've always had somebody that was like not lurking, but somewhat of a romantic. Like I haven't been in a situation where I've only had people that were like literally just friends and nothing else.
No sex, nothing.
No sex, no interest
on the highway.
No interest in wanting to date them, or them no interest in wanting to date me.
No interest or no entrance.
Right, all of that. All of that. So it's been many years. It's been many years since that, and the last time that I had that type of space, I was sad. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably one of those people.
Maybe you need to come and see a therapist.
I'm already seeing one.
Oh, good. I'm a therapist.
No, you're not.
I am. 100%.
You're like the bar.
I mean, I'm not official.
When was the last time you were like 100% by yourself with no interest like that?
I don't know. That's just hard for me because you know, I'm like, you know, I'm this attractive, so people just always want to be with me. So it's just hard for me to like be with nobody when there's so many people just trying to be with me.
Right.
I can't. I'll be like, damn, can I just be alone?
Yeah, right.
For like a week.
Okay.
No, they won't let me. They won't let me, man.
So that's your answer.
That's what I'm going with. You think I'm gonna fucking spill my guts, be on this bitch crying? Nah.
So so basically, you haven't either ever or
gang,
it's been as you were a teenager, probably.
I said what I said.
That's gonna be my guess. I don't think you've been alone since you were a teenager. That's my guess.
I wasn't alone as a teenager. I haven't been alone in a very long time.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever been completely alone either.
I can't be alone. Because like I said, I'm just too attractive. Okay,
that's not the reason. But
that's the reason. Us attractive people, we can't be alone because people won't allow it.
Right.
Dang, allow us.
Interesting topic to bring up, though.
Free us.
I appreciate that.
Free attractive people.
So unrelated topic. Well, I guess maybe adjacent with the attractiveness piece. So you seen all this stuff online about Chris Brown taking all those pictures for the meet and greets, like grabbing girls' booties or lifting them up.
I've heard that.
Or like, you know,
I've heard that.
Getting real close.
Sure.
So then I saw that already, and then like I started seeing like little stories of like, you know, woman getting a divorce after Chris Brown meet and greet, or like man broke up with woman after Chris Brown meet and greet pictures.
I've heard that.
And then some of the responses from the women have been like, oh, well, I'd rather have the meet and greet picture over, you know, this situation or whatever. And I have
dirty ass bitch.
I have mixed thoughts about it.
Bitches.
On one hand, like, okay, well, maybe I get it from the woman's perspective either way. But like with the meet and greet thing, like one, you know, am I really gonna pay like $1,000 or more?
Yeah.
So that some guy that I really genuinely do not know will grab my ass and take a picture with me. That's not something Brittany Nicole would spend her money on. However, you know, it is what it is, to each his own. But on the other side, I'm like, well, is it worth ending a whole relationship over the fact that this famous person who very clearly doesn't want your girl, because he could have any girl, so likely doesn't want yours, you know, like that she paid to take a picture with her, like, you know, it'd be one thing if they was really like doing something on the side because of enjoyment, but like, you know, she paid to take a fucking picture. Like, is that really worth breaking up the relationship for? But then on the other side, like, I think it only becomes it only feels disrespectful if the picture goes viral. Otherwise, well, because I feel like it's only, not that it's not disrespectful either way, but like, I don't think that had the picture not gone viral and they wouldn't have been embarrassed, that they would have broken up with their girl over it, because they knew they was going to the Chris Brown concert.
Yeah.
And they may have even told their significant other that, like, oh, I'm going to the meet and greet, you know? So it's kind of like you were okay with everything until the picture went viral. Like, I don't know. I think there's multiple sides to it, but I do want to get you, like, what is your opinion? If your woman went to a meet and greet with Chris Brown, got the picture taken, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that if I go to a Chris Brown concert and I mean, we going to the meet and greet, bitch. What are you talking? You going? Have you packed all your things?
Okay, so you're with the guy.
You're not going to the Chris Brown. You're not going to you're not going to Led Zeppelin meet and greet. I don't give a fuck who it is. You're not going. What's the boy name? Kirk Franklin. You ain't going to Kirk Franklin meet. You ain't going to Kirk Franklin meet and greet without me. Yeah, I'm not.
Really?
No, you're not going.
That's not the kind of boyfriend I thought you were.
You're not going.
I thought you wouldn't care.
You're not going. You're not going. You're not going unless I'm going.
Wow.
Okay? You're not going unless I'm
surprised
going.
that you would say that.
Say what you want. You gonna let me go to the sexy red meet and greet by myself? You know she the bareback king or queen or whatever she talk about. Yeah. She
the king.
She like that shit raw. You know what I'm saying? If I bust up in there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but these women are not sleeping with Chris
Brown. My point. This is my point. My point is if I go to the sexy red meet and greet, she the bareback queen, and I want to take a picture because I done spent $1,400 to take a picture, and I take a picture with her grabbing my dick with her lips next to it, and she down for it. You gonna be cool?
No.
Okay, nobody's gonna be cool with that. So you're not gonna squeeze my girl's ass. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing about it is that it's the women who are asking for the picture. So
right.
Chris Brown is not facilitating it.
Yeah.
The women say, I spent $1,400. I want you to grab me by the ass and lift me up. And he's going to oblige. Think about it. 100 people. And I think his thing was like 11 or something.
Oh,
shit
it
like
was.
that.
It was.
Yeah, something like that.
Because
so think about it. 100 people, $1,000 a piece or $1,100 a piece. My nigga, that's over $100,000.
Hey, all you want me to do is lift you up and take a picture?
For 10 seconds, $1,000. Yeah. You want me to just grab your ass and smile? Bow, $1,000. Like he getting through it. And I don't blame Chris Brown at all. Who I blame is the women who go in there, disrespect a man. I don't care if it goes viral or not.
So if it was a single woman and she had that picture from the past and then she got with you later and you saw that picture, what would you feel about that?
I'm going to feel like any nigga that got something to say about that is a bitch ass nigga. That's how I'm going to feel about it.
So whatever she did while she was single, you don't care.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what about the two dicks you had in your mouth at the same time at the Christmas party 10 years ago? Like, I don't care about that. Like, just because it's viral, I don't care about that. Yeah. That's not what I care about. If I meet a girl and then something goes viral about her that happened before me is what it is. My bitch famous now. Go bitches. So yeah, I'm not into that. But when we together and you go to the Chris Brown concert and you got Chris Brown squeezing your ass, I don't care who see it.
What about
did he squeeze your ass? Bitch, it's over.
It kind of reminds me of like the bachelorette bitches. Parties where, I mean, not the ones where like something serious has gone down, but just the simple fact that they had strippers there at all. Yeah. That people feel a way about. But again, my stance is if you go to a bachelor, let's say we're together, and you go to a bachelor party, and there's strippers there, I don't care, because I'm like, that's hired ass clap. Like,
wait a minute, hold up, what? Your man go to a bachelor party, not his, somebody else's.
Yeah,
you good?
I don't care.
I've seen niggas get head in bachelor.
Well, parties. Okay, but there's a line.
Sorry, I'm telling on y'all niggas.
But there's a line there. If you get head, that's different. If you are just like, enjoying the whatever, you get a lap dance, you're keeping your hands for the most part to yourself.
As long as you're respectful.
Like, I don't care that you were at, like that's common. It is what it is. You were watching somebody, clap their ass, whatever.
Fair enough. It's like going to the strip club.
Yeah, if you went to a strip club, same thing. So, like, it to me, it depends on the degree and the amount of contact that you're having with whatever. And I wouldn't expect that if I went to a bachelorette party and I went to, I don't know, Thunder Down Under or whatever it is, that my significant other would be bothered by it, because I'm like, well, one, women's strip shows are a little bit more classy.
Lies.
I'm just kidding.
Lies. It's more raunchy, if anything.
They are a little bit more raunchy.
I know. I used to be a stripper. They used to call me hot sauce.
My sister hired, and I wasn't even of age, and he did a lot. So
I didn't want to know that. I don't think this pod wanted to know that.
I wasn't even of age.
Your face don't even look like it should be on this pod.
I know. But it was very interesting. But yeah, it's different vibes depending on the situation.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think, I think there should always be a level of respect.
Yeah.
And I think you and your partner need to decide what that level of respect is.
Yeah, the level of respect is don't let niggas be grabbing your ass and grabbing you by the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You let niggas grab you by the pussy. Like, what the fuck? You going for president?
So you would be mad at the meet and greet picture?
I'm not going to be mad at the meet and greet picture, because the meet and greet picture is not going to happen. If the meet and greet picture... If my bitch go in there and have Chris Brown grab her by the ass and lift her up and some more shit, yeah, bitch.
Are you ending the relationship over it? Or is it just an argument? You would end the relationship over it?
We're done here.
Wow. Because that's a lot.
Only because the way I look at it is like this, man. It ain't, I can't do the same. You know what I'm saying? I can't do the same. All right. Natasha, that working accountant, you know what I'm saying? She just grabbing niggas' dicks and taking pictures. Now she been doing this $20. I paid for it though. Like she famous in the hospital for doing it. So I paid her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are we good? Are we good here?
No, that's awful.
We're not good here, right? So yeah, I'm not going for that.
Could you imagine?
I don't give a fuck if it's Chris Brown. He's a human. He grabbing my girl's ass. Oh my God,
that's funny.
He's a human. If he was an alien, I'd let it go. That was E.T. and he was grabbing you by the ass and taking a picture. We good. That's an extraterrestrial, bitch. I'm good with it.
Funny as shit.
It's fucking Chris Brown. He ain't nothing but another nigga who just like to grab ass. So, no.
Like a win-win for him.
Don't go in there and disrespect me. I don't care how public or private it is. Don't go in there and disrespect me.
No, that's fair also. I wouldn't like that either. I'm big on respect. And I feel like if you disrespect me, and then especially if you publicly disrespect me, it's a hard time.
It's a hard no for me.
Yeah,
I'm good, but I'm good. Yo, go, just go, bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be trying to up y'all, go, bitches. But this is this is go, bitch. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh man.
Yeah, go, please, fast. Get out of here. So anyway, good pod today, man. I'm starving. I am starving. So I want to leave everybody with some positive vibes.
Oh, let's hear it.
A little positivity. You know what I'm saying? Me. Listen to this. And then after that, pod's over, baby. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for fucking with us. You know what I mean? I know this was a long one today. And I just appreciate y'all even like listening. So here's a little positivity to take y'all through the week.
Remember this. You are strong as fuck. Everything that has happened in your life, you have fucking handled. It doesn't matter if you had tears in your eyes while doing it. You got through it. You can get through anything.